Hey guys, Ash here from C4A Tech, and today in this video, let's talk about the cameras on the Xiaomi Mi 4i. So the Mi 4i has a 5 megapixel front camera and a 13 megapixel rear camera with dual tone LED flash and an f/2.0 aperture. So anyway, let's go ahead, open the camera app up. So this is the front camera, so this is a 5 megapixel shooter. The results are pretty decent. It's sharp enough, should work for the occasional selfies, uploading to Facebook, Twitter, social media, and so on. You also have a purify option here, so low, mid, and high that just changes, smoothens your skin and so on. And you still have the exposure controls, and you have a timer mode, swiping from the left and swiping from the right. We've got different filters. So again, results are pretty decent. And going into settings, we have the regular options: save location info, camera sounds, watermark for the time, grid lines, that's the rule of thirds grid that you see. If you want to mirror the front camera, full frame, that's 16:9, or you can shoot 4:3, picture quality, face recognition, and so on. And you don't have any options with video recording. You just tap the video recorder, you don't have any options. You just hit record and it records in 1080p. This is the resulting footage, and as you can see, I feel it's pretty good. So that's 1080p front camera recording, and the audio is coming from the Mi 4i as well. So now let's quickly switch to the rear camera. So with the rear camera, we've got the HDR mode here. You can turn it on, turn it off, and that's for the flash. There's to swap the cameras. You can also swap cameras by just swiping. HDR on, HDR off, just swiping this way. And this is for the video, by the way. So going into settings, quickly showing you guys, this is HD video. Under the HD video option, we do get option for fast motion and slow motion as well, and the results are pretty good. You go into full HD, you don't have a slow motion option anymore. We've got similar options that we've seen before: tap to focus, time-lapse interval, and so on. And we only have a fast motion option with 1080p. That's pretty much it. 1080p video is okay, not the best quality. It could have been a little bit sharper in detail. It's acceptable. Under artificial lighting scenarios, I just tried this in my Mi 4 versus Mi 4i video, and as you can see, there's quite a bit of frame rate issues. It doesn't really seem the smoothest. And now let's quickly move to the camera. So again, swiping from the right, you get a bunch of filters. Swiping from the left, you get options. You have panorama. Panorama is just okay, not a lot of detail in these shots, but at least it gets stitched together naturally, so the overall look is okay. And then we have the timer option, refocus. We'll get to refocus in a bit. Manual mode, again, you can select white balance, focus manually, exposure time, that's the shutter speed, and the ISO settings. So quickly going back, beautify is if you're going to be shooting people. Again, similar to what we saw with the front camera, smoothens the skin and so on. And Xiaomi do say that it detects your age, and based on your age, it does add different kind of effects for the beautification option. Handheld twilight is basically low light images. There's a lot of noise, yes, but that is to be expected with low light modes. It's basically all about getting a shot where none would be possible usually. Talking about low light, Xiaomi also has a torch option built in here, so that should help you focus and frame your shot better when under very low light situations. And guys, as far as HDR goes, tap on it, you have normal, live, and off. This is no HDR. Normal is your regular HDR. Live HDR kind of shows you how your HDR pic is going to look in the viewfinder itself. HDR seems to work well for the most part. Does tend to get a little aggressive at times though, but for the most part, it works very well. Let's quickly go into settings here, and these are your regular settings: save location info, camera sounds. You can have the shutter key to use the shutter key to focus like you do with a normal camera, or have it for burst shoot like you would do with phones. Most of the UIs on phones: face detection, face recognition. Exposure settings, you can have it with spot metering or center weighted. Contrast, play around with saturation, sharpness. So pretty standard stuff over here. So let's quickly talk about the refocus mode. And let me take a picture here. It takes a few seconds, but I found the results to be good. So Xiaomi calls it magic focus. So you just tap and hold on an area to focus on that. So let's focus on Daryl and Walter. You can also focus on other areas. So as you can see now, both are blurred out a little bit. So the results are pretty good. As long as you have a clear subject, I've not had any issues with this mode unless the lighting conditions are really bad. So that's good. So let's quickly take a look at some samples. Images shot with the rear camera are sharp. There's decent levels of detail retained. Color reproduction's natural thanks to the f/2.2 aperture. There's also a good amount of bokeh here. Guys, I've shot all these images on widescreen mode, meaning about 8.7 megapixel resolution. Since I'm downscaling it to 1080p anyway to show you guys in video, I thought it wouldn't make a difference. If you want me to go back to shooting 4:3 13 megapixel shots for future camera reviews, do let me know in the comments below and I'll change that because I thought this would add better value to you. So let me know what your thoughts are. So anyway guys, the Mi 4i does seem to have a pretty good camera. The video recording could have been better, but the software, the UI is pretty fleshed out. There are a lot of options and they do work well. So as much as I hate Xiaomi for calling it a flagship, the camera here is definitely top notch. Kudos to Xiaomi on a job well done. So I guess that's it for this camera review. If you did like this video, if you did find it useful, do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, vote it down. Do let me know what you didn't like so that I can fix that in future videos and turn that into a thumbs up. There's more coverage of the Mi 4i headed your way, so do stay subscribed for that if you aren't already. So thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, this is Ash here from C4E Tech signing off. You guys have a great day. Bye bye now.